Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to D&D from the D. Today is quilting play. I am here in the den along with,
Ellen, we're gonna do it in steps.
and we got
Paco
Paco
in New
joining
Mexico.
us from New Mexico. And we are ready to jump into our panels for quilting play. So, just a little bit of review how this all came about is when Ellen and I went to Motivation. I guess it was still just last month. We're almost to the end of July, but it was just last month in June. We went to Texas, which is where Moda is headquartered, and we met a lot of really, really great folks at Motivation, including so many other shop owners. Well, it was a shop owner event. And we met one shop owner in particular who had struck a relationship with the folks from Legit Kits. And she had gotten permissions and everything that they had to do to have some of these legit kits digitally printed. So she went through whatever she had to do to make that all legit and legal. And then she was able to resell them to us. And we were able to resell them as an offering to you. And we thought it would be a really great backdrop for quilting play this year. So we may have some new folks who've not been with us before. Quilting play is something that we started here at MK Quilts and MK Quilts University back in 2020 to keep our students engaged and learning during COVID shutdowns. And basically, we would take one quilt, an easy quilt, like something not difficult in the piecing realm, and we would quilt it two different ways. I would approach it with Pro Stitcher, Ellen would approach it with Free Motion, and then we would come back together, have a big reveal, and we would show you how we each quilted it. And neither one of us would know what the other one was doing. So it was a real reveal for both of us in and then a reveal to you at the same time. Last year, or last session, I guess it was last year, we brought Paco into the mix because Paco, with her awesome designer skills, we wanted to include her in what we were doing in the way of quilting play. So if you are just hearing about this, there is 6 years worth of quilting play. So that's a little bit of the backstory of how this all came about. And so we are going to go one at a time and we're going to share with you what we kind of are thinking that we might do. Now, here's the thing. What we share with you today may or may not be what we do. Okay. It's a process for us, right? It's a process for all three of us to kind of think through our panels. We each chose a different panel and then how we're going to approach that. And the last thing I will say, and I think we'll jump to Ellen first because Ellen and I were doing a little testing ahead of time and she has a device she's going to share from today. But as of right now, we have a few panels left in our shop here at MK Quilts. And then we still could order more for you if, like, all of a sudden there's a run on people want to order more panels from us. We would appreciate your business on that, but we would have to order some. Okay. We would have to order more if we don't have the one that you want. Okay. So as of right now, we can still do that for you. At some point, it'll be what we have is what we have. But as with all of our other quilting plays, it isn't necessarily that you're going to work the exact same project. It's that maybe you will. But it's that you're learning our thought process and you're learning the techniques that you can apply to whatever else you might be doing in your studio. Okay, so there you have it. Ellen, get ready because you're going to be up first. I'm going to mute myself and I will just watch. And if you need help or anybody has questions, I will be helping as well as my co-hosts. Okay. All right, Ellen.
Okay, so yes, I'm on two devices. So we look behind. I am doing the Monarch panel. And as mentioned, of our separate skills, I'm going to be doing all free motion and rulers. So I was trying to think of different ways. I think the biggest thing with quilting play is that we try to challenge ourselves and to find a way to make it, something new and something different that we haven't necessarily done for our own quilting. So the first thing I always like to do is to go and kind of see what other people have done and to get some ideas from that. So we're going to share some photos direct from here first. And so they're a little skinny because they're screenshots from my phone. But I looked up my same panel, the Monarch, and to try to find what some other people have done. And this person, if we kind of zoom in, on it, you can see they did a lot of quilting. They kind of quilted it to death. Very cool quilting, but I know I don't want to do that heavy of the quilting. I want to have a little bit more relief from the batting. I was originally thinking of doing something in my background pieces from it, where it was these again kind of big geometric kind of shapes and accenting those shapes. So that was one kind of idea I was thinking of. And then I found somebody that did just in edge to edge over it. And it was like, well, that's nice if you did all of that work and you're kind of just wanting something simple, but obviously we want to do a little bit more with ours. And then I found another person that went big and crazy with it. I liked what they did inside the kind of oranges, where it kind of made it look almost like spines for like a feather. I thought that was really neat for the orange section. And I liked the back, but again, I thought the back is kind of too busy. And my challenge is kind of coming up with something where we're going to still really focus on the monarch and the flower, and the back is going to have some nice quilting, but it's not going to detract from the main element of the quilt. So, some people, as we kind of first really initialized this project, were sending me messages of like, well, what's everyone going to do that, this panel, a bit orange, doesn't have the set yet and all. And I was like, okay, go ask them because we obviously aren't creating the sets. But it got me into thinking of looking at the sets to get some more ideas of what to do with the Monarch. So I was playing with some of her blocks. These are all Celeste, a bit orange, and just to see how she separates things and designs. Again, I'm going to do it all free motion, but I really like how she mixes different designs and then how she uses lines to kind of split stuff up. So this is block Improv 9 of hers. For her Tula Pink butterfly quilt that she has a full set for, I really liked the background. So the areas in the blue of how she divided things up and that she created these kind of floating flowers. So if you've seen this quilt, it's ton and ton of little patchwork blocks, lots of color to make the butterfly, and then the back is usually just a neutral. So she was adding these kind of flowers and elements that are blending into the background, but again, it's a touch of something. And I really liked how that kind of looked. And then this was another improv block of hers where kind of big fun feathers and things, and then some lines to break it up. So I like looking at computer designs. I'll do that a lot to actually follow paths to see how people quilt things, to kind of see how different path directions go. And then again, to get influences for designs that I'm going to do myself instead of a computer. So I'm going to switch to my tablet.